Hi, Cancer. Welcome to my channel. I am your master cosmologist and head cheerleader to the stars. I'm here with an April 2025 forecast for your zodiac sign. I find it so interesting that when I do these series of zodiac sign readings, how similar they all end up being. It seems like Aries just sets the pace as they would, and everybody else's readings follow suit. There's some wiggle room, there's some differences, but they just are the pace car for everyone, I guess. You do them in ordinal order, logical order, and that just seems to make the most sense. And by the time I get to Cancer, I'm like, okay, everybody's message is basically the same. So here it is for you guys. I've got the Dream Weaver's Oracle and the Tarot of Curious Creatures. I'm hoping some new cards will come up because the same cards have been coming up over and over and over for a week and a half now, and I'd like to see some different energy. Let's see what, ooh, you guys got a different card. You got the High Priestess. Interesting. That is a very moon-oriented card, very much like Cancer, and I'm getting moonlight as being highly beneficial for your sign. Maybe some of you might want to engage in stargazing, in taking up astronomy. I'm getting a real big hit on that. Why is this here? Six of Cups and Knight of Wands. Okay. That's a slightly different message for you guys. You've got Six of Cups plus Knight of Wands. There's something in your soul closet that you've kept secret or you've kept bottled up. And this isn't a bad thing in your soul closet. This to me reads like there's a dreamy, nostalgic throwback to your childhood that needs to be reignited. Now, one message that is the same here is I keep telling everybody to get offline and go outside and engage in reality. That just seems to be thematic. We've got Jupiter at Rigel. Rigel is all about EMFs and AI and Wi-Fi and frequencies that are not good for the body. Everyone's being told to get a life. Get a life, go outside, do some real stuff. Stop staring at YouTube. Stop watching so many of these vehicles. It's a weird, that's a Freudian slip. I don't even know what that would mean. Videos. I feel like this little child is trapped in the TV set, and maybe when we grew up in the 80s and the 90s, or even the 70s, oh heck, all of us grew up with TV, right? And we got kind of brainwashed to just stare at these devices as a big chunk of our lives. I feel like there's an inner child in here that is trapped and not expressing itself and wants airtime. Just as much as your favorite YouTube stars get airtime, your inner child wants to get outside, do something adventurous, do something new, do something exciting, take up a new hobby or passion. This Knight of Wands is a spark of creative energy that's dormant. I feel as if it's being kind of either hidden, trapped, or dimmed, even mollycoddled. I'm getting that some of you are mollycoddling the the inner child's dream too much, and you won't let it live. You're kind of keeping it in the landscape of your mind as just this imaginary thing, and it wants to be brought to life. And the only way you can do that is to actually engage with it and try the thing and take a little bit of a risk. Cancer's not the most risk-loving sign. This is an artistic risk, though. It's not a life-threatening risk. It's not a scary risk. It's not going to hurt you to try finally try to bring this thing to the light. Let's get another card here. Actually, we want to go with Oracle, I'm seeing. And we'll stick it right in the middle of this trio. What wants to come through for Cancer? Weavers share their magic tea. Oh, I've been getting these interesting little hobbies or glam life in a nostalgic way, kind of retronym hobbies, suggestions for all the signs. So you guys got astronomy first, and I'm also seeing to have some friends over for an actual tea party or a garden party, kind of breaking bread over beverages, getting out for coffee dates, very mundane, simple life pleasures, and romancing our life seems to be a theme for all of the signs coming into April. I actually have never pulled this card yet. This is crazy. I keep pulling cards I've never pulled out of this deck, and I've pulled a lot from this deck. This card is about divine inspiration that could be life-changing, being receptive and curious to following through, selflessness. I'm going to actually scratch selflessness out, and I'm going to put selfish there for you guys because you guys can be so overly selfless that I feel like this is saying it's time to be selfish and do you time and to do that hobby or take up that endeavor, try that dance class, ride a horse. I'm getting riding horses for some of you might be a childhood dream. Like, I don't know what little girl didn't dream of riding a unicorn or a horse. Just reading briefly the deck guide, seeing if there's anything here. Okay, so the card is letting me know this might actually be something suppressed with the high priestess, especially that maybe you got shut down to as a child and you either have very little access to it anymore or you have no access to it whatsoever. And it's going to take a little bit of memory jogging and it might come through suddenly like an epiphany or a download, or you might have a synchronicity in life that evokes a certain memory where it brings this thing to the surface and to the light for you. It feels like finding sources of inspiration too would assist with this. Maybe the spark's not there. Maybe you know what it is that I'm alluding to here, but you can't seem to get motivated. You can't find the spark. You feel like it's burnt out, and maybe trying some other activities that are associated or maybe not related at all. Like if you're an artist and you want to paint big canvases, maybe we start with finger paints and just revive the inner child. There might be the need to nurture the inner child, the inner artist, the inner creator, because Cancer is the energy of birth, of mothering, of sacral creation. And I'm getting this kind of, it's gone dark, it's gone offline, it's gone a little cold, and there needs to be a little bit of fanning the flame. So finding little ways to spark that will build the creative fire up. And it also feels like there's this fear where you're keeping it in, where you have to keep it to yourself to protect it instead of letting it come out. Let it be made. Let the baby have a life outside of you. I'm going to get one more tarot card for you guys, and I think that's a pretty complete message for you. Seven of Wands. You may need to be very selfish. You might need to put up some boundaries. You might need to say no. You might just need to tell all these people who are vying for your Cancer energy, this is me time. I'm going to take 2 hours, and once I'm done, and then you can have mama again, or whatever the case may be. I also feel like there's a self-defense here where you're overly harsh on yourself, and you need to watch any bullying or self-battery that might be keeping this thing under wraps and poking at your confidence, poking at your feeling that you can even accomplish this task or take it up, or some of you may feel like you just don't have the time. You're going to have to wall off some time. You're going to have to carve out some time and protect it and guard it. Okay, Cancer, I think that was a beautiful message for you guys for April, and I will see you again in May. Bye.